Namaste. Sivananda Supatha Foundation, Bhimanipatnam, is devoted to take forward SATGURU Sivananda Murtyji's mission by publishing his speeches and writings and holding seminars, symposiums, and conferences on various themes relating to Sanatana Dharma, Bharat culture, and its history, besides socio-cultural and spiritual topics. In pursuance of the above objectives, we organized an international symposium on reconstructing the cultural history of Bharat at Integral Institute of Advanced Management, Visakhapatnam, on February 18th and 19th, inviting reputed scholars from Bharat and abroad to enlighten us on various themes relating to the problems and perspectives in writing Bharat cultural history on truthful and purposeful lines. The erudite presentations of these scholars are presented in this channel. Kindly subscribe and encourage us in our endeavor to promote Sanatana Dharma.
I request Professor R. Raghavendran ji, who was with Guruji, and also Satyavati Madam, and both of them have been taking care of Guruji for past 40 to 50 years, or even more than that, in this life or in the previous lives also, that we don't know. But really what we know is about this. I think about Guruji's mission, what is his mission for all of us. There is no one else better to explain to us than our Professor R. Raghavendran ji. I invite him to come over here.
Good morning to all of you. Rajagaru, who is the chairman of our foundation, a galaxy of distinguished scholars in the audience, ladies and gentlemen. I have been given the topic SATGURU Sivananda Murty, his mission. While we are very busy reconstructing the history, what I like to attempt is to construct the history of Pujya Guruji and his mission. Pujya Guruji was one among the outstanding spiritual personalities of our times, well known in these parts, probably less known in the rest of the world, Western world especially. The reason being, he was extremely humble, modest, and donned ordinarism till his last breath. He would not reveal much about himself. So, very little facts were known to the public, and anything about him is not in public circulation. I had the good fortune, along with my wife, Satyavati, and Radha Kumari, to live with him under the same roof for more than 3 decades. And a few facts that he revealed, now and then, I would like to share with you. All these facts, the pramanam is aptavakya pramanam. We don't have to search in the Puranas or Vedas or Upanishads. First of all, when we say, I am constructing history, I should know the origin and also what was the changing point in his life that made him a master. In his specific case, his origin is as old as the creation itself. He has been there right from the beginning of the creation. And as you all know, the earlier creation was over, and there were still some souls which could not evolve totally, and they were waiting to get evolved, and they were around the Paramatman. Call him Paramatman, Sadashiva, Atman, whatever you want to call as a name. They say he got a spandana, or a memory of the previous creation, and he was compassionate and kind to do the creation once again, to give the opportunity to the souls who are yet to get evolved. So the moment he thought of that proposition, from out of him Paramashiva came out, and the nature of Paramashiva is Parashakti, and then from Parashakti, Vishnu, Brahma, and finally Rudra. They are known as Pancha Brahmas. They are the divine functionaries to run the creation. They are supposed to create the locations for the jivas and give them all that are required, like body, mind, intellect, all features of the nature. But more than that, they need also education as how to evolve in an easy and fast manner. That is equally important. Otherwise, the creation would have been, it will be ineffective. So, the Paramatman thought he would have a guidance system in the form of a Guru Tattva, which would descend from him again directly and would guide the creation to see that the evolution is made faster. The guidance system started from a Mahayogi who descended from the Paratattva. He is our Puja Guruji, right from the beginning of the creation. He had no role specifically in the creation. The Pancha Brahmas would do the divine administration. He would only be available, watch the process of evolution, and guide those who guide the creation wherever it is needed. Then, when it came to the role of Brahma, he did not like to take any initiative to provide the education to the jivas. He knew already from the Paratattva a particular personality has already descended to do that job. So, he would only wait for the Mahayogi to do the job. What all he could do was to make certain rishis descend onto the creation. They had no terms of reference. They were blank. This Mahayogi put some questions into their mind and made them do the tapas and get the answers. What were the questions? The questions were, the creation is there. Is there any creator? What is the intention of the creator? Is there any responsibility for the jivas? And if there is any responsibility, how would it get, carried out in an easy and fast manner? These are the questions. They meditated. Tapas is always keeping question in mind and wait for the answer indefinitely. We don't know, it may take ages. But they get the answer from within. And the rishis also got the answer. They heard them. They are Shrutis. And they revealed them to the jivas. It has almost taken on par with the creation itself. Guruji always used to say, almost at the time of the birth of a child, the mother is ready with the milk. So like that, when the jivas have descended onto the creation at various levels, depending upon the evaluation of the previous creation, the education needed for them was made available through the rishis. And the rishis gave the techniques, and it was a step-by-step procedure. That's a tradition. This was going on, and it was not fast enough. Something had to be done to hurry up. So, a second stream of Guru Tattva descended onto the creation. That personality is Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna directly descended from the Paratattva itself. You see, you don't get this in the regular Bhagavata maybe Garga Bhagavata, or for me, my Guru has told me. So, it was a kind of a non-traditional approach. You need not have to evolve step by step. You can directly reach the ultimate by a proper upasana. That was Krishna Tattva. Moreover, he also introduced the Bhagavata Mata, in fact. That is, all human emotions, they were supposed to be suppressed or got over, or samskaras to be removed or washed through tapas or karma and all that. He said, use them against me in a one-pointed manner. If you hate me. Don't hate all others. Hate me alone. Not very mildly, intensely. The intensity and one-pointedness was insisted upon by Krishna. So, what are the human emotions that come in the way of your evolution? Maybe love, friendship, fear, hatred, or even bhakti. So, all human emotions, when directed towards Krishna in a concentrated, one-pointed manner, were supposed to be used to evolve the souls. Krishna thought the problem is over. It did not. Because it is not possible to hate someone alone. You would like to have some more others. And the intensity of hatred is also not adequate to see that they get the total evolution. So, only a limited source got evolved. Maybe Shishupala, maybe Kamsa, maybe somebody else, or gopis and all that. And this approach is more almost external. It is oriented make use of your mind and intellect. Krishna's sojourn on earth was coming to a close, and his task remained somewhat unfinished, and he has in his consciousness that some better method, easier method, faster method, universal method should be made available to the people. That consciousness he had. And he had brought the Vishnu Tejas from Vaikuntha, he sent it back, and at the time of Krishna Narayana, the Puranas say there was a 12-year-old boy who received Krishna's consciousness into him. The Puranas say he is none other than Lord Maitreya. And he was given some message to him and message to be conveyed to Vidura also. But in our Guru Parampara, we believe that it was Lord Subramanya who received the Krishna consciousness, and we call him Paramaguru. Our Paramaguru in our tradition is Lord Subramanya, who has got into him the Krishna consciousness. So, but this Paramaguru was less aware of the ignorance of the creation, because he has not been seeing the creation over the kalpas. He was looking for someone who has that knowledge of the ignorance of the people, so that he would transfer his job to the other person. The Mahayogi was doing tapas 5,000 years ago at Vrindajageswar. Paramaguru, it seems, appeared before him, and they exchanged their consciousness, and it took no big time to understand each other. And he told the Mahayogi, you go down and start the work of evolution through an internal process. And I would remain at Manda Devi, and I am available for some consultation if you want. The Mahayogi wanted to get the terms of reference for him in a clear manner. Though he knew the intention that the process should be internal, he still wanted it from the horse mouth. So he asked Paramaguru, "You have any message to offer?" Paramaguru seems to have said, the message to the sadhak world is, "Ahameva gamyam, ahameva gamanam, ahameva pantha, ahameva pataha." I am the destination. I am the path. I am the travel. I am the traveler also. So he becomes the path, he becomes the sadhak, and he is the destination. So this process, how should we understand it? Guruji, Mahayogi, who is none other than Guruji, they started taking birth, each time in 4 different aspects. One is jnana, another is yoga, third is bodha, fourth is bhakti. So people have the taste, and depending upon the taste, he would cater to them to see that they evolve. But everywhere, the process is supposed to be internal. How do you understand those statements made by Paramaguru? For example, if you take the karma, you have prarabdha, with which you are now running your life. You have sanchita, the karma in the bag waiting to haunt you. And agami, the karma that is going to be generated from what you do now to be in the future. So, what would happen is, the Guru would allow the prarabdha to go through you. He would help you to some extent, either by sharing your karma or suggesting you ways and means to reduce it, or raise your stature so that you can take the karma in a good, mature manner. That is it. But so far as the sanchita and agami is concerned, he would sit inside you and take them, both of them, and walk towards the Atman in you. That is how he is the traveler. Then Atman is the destination, and he would go to the destination. So, the message given by Paramaguru to our Guruji was a sort of an internal process that is supposed to be done on all of us. Guruji gave a lot of lectures on Upanishads, and one of the outstanding works that he had done was on Kata Upanishads. He termed it as Kata Yogam. David Pralay Garu wrote a forward to it, a nice forward, and he showed how important it is that several things were revealed. The secrets are revealed, especially with respect to Angutam, Aguttamatra Purusha and the sadhana procedure. So, Guruji developed the sadhana technology and gave it to all of us who were there as his devotees and disciples. And we are supposed to help him in that process. He would do the job. But when he is doing the job, why should you do anything at all? Is a question that you could ask. The answer is, suppose there is a millionaire. His son would automatically inherit all the property. He need not have to do any special effort. But if the son works and earns some 5,000 rupees and gives it to his father, the father will be elated, extremely happy. So, even the little effort that you do by your sadhana, Guruji would be pleased, and it will only be a small supplement to the great effort put by Guruji within you. So, the internal process is stressed in the Guruji's approach so far as the sadhak is concerned. Then, so far as the culture is concerned, Guruji was deeply interested that our culture should be remain unchanged if possible, and he strongly believed that our culture can never be destroyed. It can only have a temporary setbacks. The Sanatana Dharma is eternal. It can have small just slips here and there, but it would not be vanished, because it was given by God to rishis, and through rishis we have received them. Several definitions could be possible for Sanatana Dharma, but one of the explanations Guruji gave was, it was that mundane way of life which will yield you non-mundane benefit. That is Sanatana Dharma. Without any conscious effort, if you lead a life of Sanatana Dharma itself, that will slowly lead you to higher level of consciousness and you evolve automatically. If you do any further attempt, that's only a plus point, that only hastens your process. That kind of art of living was given in the Sanatana Dharma. That is what is given by Krishna also in Gita. All yogas, he said, Karma Yoga, Sannyasa Yoga, this Japa Yoga and all that, they are all talking about the art of living. He did not talk anything about the art of living. He reserved it for the end in the Uttara Gita. When Arjuna approached him, I am coming to the end of my life, you are also coming to the end of your life. Tell me something, if you can, so that I can evolve in this birth itself in a manner easy and fast. Krishna appreciated that question very much, and he revealed the Uttara Gita. The essence of Uttara Gita is exactly the same as what is revealed in Katha Upanishad. So, you are supposed to meditate at the heart center, and Pranava is the vehicle which will carry you towards the Atma. So, Krishna did many more things in the welfare of the yogic world. Number one, he came down taking a physical frame, yogic physical frame, and till then a yogi could visualize a loka. He cannot visualize all lokas simultaneously. So, the physio-psychic nature of the human beings itself got altered after Krishna's arrival, so that they could view all the lokas at the same time, and at the same time know the truth about the origin of the creation itself. So such a capability he gave to yoga. He universalized the yoga, and more than all that, he gave the concession that any attempt that you make to have the soul in the Atman is termed as yoga. So the concession was extended to not only to yogis per se, but all those who practice with a sankalpa of reaching the divine. So this is the history of Guruji so far as the sadhana is concerned. Then you could probably say or think that his vision is restricted only to a few devotees and disciples. It's not the truth. And he gave, I will exactly quote him, the master is verily concerned with the destinies and evolution of human beings individually and as well as collectively, with the ultimate goal of bringing up the humanity for the level of willing participation in the cosmic evolution. So he is not only concerned individually with a few people, he is concerned with all the human beings in the creation, and he would like to bring up that the evolution process is made acceptable to them, and then they will participate in the process. Today you have so many religions, so many concepts, but if someone who can sit inside your Atman and influence you, they would eventually come to a common platform of thinking evolution as the only purpose of your life. And the other differences would sink, and that is where his universal mission was planned. Then his mission continues even today, I would say. During his lifetime, he was easily approachable to one and all, and helped everyone in any kind of distress, and guiding them in yoga practice. All that is happening even today. He has established himself at 2 or 3 locations. One location being Bhimli, with which I was associated very closely. There you have Paramaguru Sthanam as we enter our Bhimli garden, and he has requested Paramaguru to come and stay there forever. And he has installed Yoga Ganapati, who would remove the obstacles in the sadhana. Then he established Adyadi Mahalakshmi. She is not Vishnu's Patni. She is Parashakti. You will see in the evening if you come there that Adyadi Mahalakshmi's idol will be at the center, and behind that idol you will have Brahma and Saraswati, Vishnu and Vishnu Patni Lakshmi, and Rudra and Rudrani. It means the inspiration there is Parashakti. This Parashakti, he, by his sankalpa, would answer to your prayers in your own language and does not require you to do any intensive tapas or sadhana or anything of the sort. Just by asking, you would get the benefit. But how to prevent people asking something which is not dharmic? There should be some screening there. So he established Sakshi Ganapati, Sakshi Mahaganapati in the same temple complex. The Sakshi Mahaganapati is established in Sankalpa that he will screen the people who come before him and indicate to them their deservedness to what they would seeking for, and remove the obstacles or samskaras in them, and make them ask some things which they are eligible to get, and they could get, and then send him to Adi Parashakti and get whatever he wanted. So it is the job of the job, as a Guru. So in fact, the Guru himself has established as Sakshi Ganapati to screen you, established himself as Adyadi Mahalakshmi to grant you what you want, and established himself as the Mahaganapati, Yoga Ganapati, to remove the obstacles if you choose the path of yoga. So these are certain things that I want to talk about his mission and the history about Pujya Guruji. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Raghavendran ji. He has given us a very wide coverage in a very brief time about the history of the universe, starting from the history of the universe, what is the tattvas which have worked for the creation, and also about the Guruji's mission to take all of us to reach the ultimate.